Hi, and welcome back to That's Entertainment, our second of these weekly shows where we look at all the interesting entertainment news from last week, this week. This week in VOD news, Sony Pictures have signed a deal with Netflix, making them the exclusive SVOD platform for all Sony theatrical releases from 2022 onwards. This deal is US only, but will other international territories follow suit when local deals expire? The agreement is for SVOD only. Sony keep the theatrical PVOD and EST rights. And according to Deadline, Netflix offered $1 billion over 4 years for access to this portfolio of content. The deal also guarantees an unspecified number of new Sony titles to premiere on Netflix worldwide annually. Good for those mid-budget studio-level titles that have been suffering so much in the last few years. According to Variety, Sony can sell those new titles direct to other streamers if and when Netflix pass on any of them, so there's flexibility in this arrangement. So the key question is now, will other studios and distributors globally that do not own streaming services be looking for similar exclusive deals with local streaming partners or international streaming partners like Netflix? It's an interesting strategy, and I think goes out as an olive branch for those companies that haven't invested in a +++ solution. More numbers have emerged regarding the successful launch of Godzilla vs. Kong on the US streamer HBO Max. Variety picked up on the fact the availability of the film on the platform helped HBO Max land on the quarterly rankings of the top 10 most downloaded apps in the US for the first quarter of 2021. This tracking was done by the research firm App Annie. HBO also ranked number 5 overall in the US on consumer in-app spending for quarter 1. Those releases have actually done a major boost to the app ranking. I'm absolutely sure that that this strategy has paid out for Warner and HBO. The report in Variety also noted that for the week of March 28th, HBO Max registered its third highest total time spent viewing, following the 25th of December release of Wonder Woman 1984, and after its May 2020 debut, according to data from the analytics provider TV Vision. Warner Media CEO Jason Kilar confirmed to the Financial Times that HBO Max won't be rolling out across the UK, Ireland, Germany or Italy for at least 4 more years, thanks to its existing TV deal with Sky TV in those territories. Comcast, the multinational corporation behind film studio Universal and US streaming platform Peacock, also owns Sky TV. Sky extended their output deal with HBO in 2019, giving them rights to HBO and HBO Max content until 2025. Sky subscribers should make the most of that content while they can. Kilar told the Financial Times he is spending a lot more time thinking about what happens after the Sky deal runs its course, and there is tremendous opportunity for us to have HBO Max in the UK, Germany and other markets. Of course, I'm thinking quite heavily about that, he said. I think this is very interesting. One of the key questions was the exclusive arrangements, particularly for the Sky Atlantic channel in the UK, which was streaming all the HBO series, for instance, and what would have happened to those deals with the HBO Max rollout. And I think it's now very clearly locked in until 2024. Whatever that negotiation looked like, I'm sure it involved a vast sum of money. So we'll see if Kilar can live up to his comments about freeing up the service for UK and Germany after that period. We'll have to wait and see what Sky does in response to those changes in the future. Kilar also spoke to Vox last week and made it very clear once and for all that Warner Brothers will be returning to its exclusive theatrical releases from next year, at least for some films. I think it's very fair to say, and let's say this for a big DC movie, that we would go exclusively to theatres first and then go to somewhere like HBO Max after. He also acknowledged that things could have been handled better regarding the simultaneous release of films to both cinemas that were open and HBO Max. This was something that many filmmakers found particularly contentious in relation to the fact that a lot of the deals that filmmakers make are looking at the theatrical rollout as the linchpin on the financials for the film and the mass appeal. Kilar is quoted as saying, "There was no doubt it was bumpy back in early December of last year. If I had had the chance to do it over again, I think it's fair to say that we would have taken a couple more days to see if we could have had even more conversations than we were able to have." In other streaming news, The Tomorrow War is the latest potential blockbuster to see its planned theatrical release pulled, debuting instead on a streaming platform. The science fiction tale stars Chris Pratt and now will premiere on Amazon on July 2nd, the Independence holiday weekend in the US. According to a report from Deadline, Amazon paid $200 million for the Skydance Paramount film. Two niche streaming services were unveiled last week. Classic cult movies, Cult Picks, will be launching with a catalogue of over 400 titles and will be available globally. After its invitation-only launch phase, the service will be available for $59 a year or $6.66 per month. Cult Picks is also launching a weekly podcast, newsletter and social media online community for its members. And BruteX is launching in France an extension of the 2016 digital media startup which targets millennials with content designed to be shared across social media. For €99 per month, BruteX will offer series, documentaries, films reflecting contemporary social or political viewpoints. The Torrent Freak website picked up some interesting news. The EU Parliament wants pirated sports streams taken down within 30 minutes. The Legal Affairs Committee will vote on a draft bill next week which looks to deal specifically with the live pirated sports streaming. Its aims are the removal of illegal content should take place immediately after the reception of the notice and no later than 30 minutes after the event started. According to Torrent Freak, these takedowns could be sent to streaming services such as YouTube, but they may also be targeted at hosting providers. A similar system is already in play in the UK where sports streams can be taken down in real time with proper court approval. Well, I think they'll be playing whack-a-mole with this, given the level of pirated content there is for things like football. A lot of it is live streaming as well, so the technology is actually in advance of what you'd see for normal pirated content. There's so many apps doing it. But we'll have to have a look into the numbers if the UK strategy has actually been effective. But you can see the lobbying of the major sports bodies and rights holders has been effective in getting the European Union to wake up to this important piracy control measure. And finally, our regular roundup of the biggest production deals announced by streamers last week includes the following from Netflix. Benedict Cumberbatch will star in the modern-day take on John Buchan's classic novel, The 39 Steps, with the limited series expected to shoot across Europe next year. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's production company first show will be Heart of Invictus, a documentary series following 10 injured veterans from around the world as they're preparing for next year's Invictus Games. Another new documentary series will focus on Kanye West and exploit more than 20 years of footage from home videos. And Amazon will be remaking Goodnight Mummy, Austria's 2014 Best Foreign Language Oscar-nominated contender. Naomi Watts will star in the English-language version of the acclaimed psychological thriller. Russell Davies' groundbreaking 90s British drama Queer as Folk is getting a US reboot. Peacock have commissioned the new series, which will see the action move from Manchester to New Orleans. Tom Holland is to star in a new drama series, The Crowded Room for Apple. The new anthology show will tell the stories of different people who have learned to live with mental illness, with Holland taking the lead in all 10 episodes of the first season as Billy Milligan, the first person ever acquitted of a crime because of dissociative identity disorder. And also for Apple, The Daily Show, veteran Jon Stewart is to host and become the executive producer for The Problem with Jon Stewart, with each episode of the current affairs show focusing on a different single issue facing the US society today. And HBO Max are also bringing the Magic Mike movie franchise to the small screen with the difference. They've commissioned The Real Magic Mike, a reality competition show in which 10 men who've lost their magic will compete for a cash prize and a spot in the Magic Mike live show in Las Vegas. That's all again for this week. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. That's all for this week. Talk to you again soon. Goodbye.